Listen, there's a storm going on outside that's related to climate change with all the heat we're experiencing. And I want to also present what's happening now, what's happening over these next several days, and that people really have got to take care with this incredible heat wave that we are currently suffering from, and now these storms that have followed. Every once in a while, I don't know if our audience can hear, I've got one of those weather alerts in my kitchen that I think I've had 3 tornado warnings or 3 storm warnings alerts coming from my kitchen in the background. But what we need to focus on right now is the resources available to Chicagoans during this heat wave. And the Block Club Chicago staff has provided a good resource or a good list of resources for people, along with Kelly Bauer from Block Club Chicago. Chicago's cooling centers are open as extreme heat and humidity descend on the city. The city encourages everyone to check on a neighbor and call 311 or go to 311.gov to find out where the nearest cooling center is located. If you do not have working air conditioning in your house, or opening those windows is not enough to get some breeze to give you relief from the heat. The city of Chicago's cooling centers are open Tuesday as the heat index soars into triple digits. The heat will worsen in the late morning and is expected to last all day. The city could feel as warm as 108 degrees, according to Chicago's Office of Emergency Management and Communications. Suburbs to the west and south could feel like 110, according to the National Weather Service. The National Weather Service issued a heat advisory for noon to 7 p.m. in the Chicago area tonight. Severe weather is also predicted for Tuesday evening. And we're going through that right now. And I was just thinking, if by some disaster I lose electricity in my neighborhood or we go off the air, it's probably because of the storms right now. So if we go off the air, that's what it's from. Maybe Kit will stay on, I'll go out, or he'll go out and I'll stay on. But don't be surprised if that might possibly happen. The city encouraged everyone to check on neighbors, particularly older people, and call 311 or go to 311.gov to find out where the nearest cooling center is located. The cooling centers are open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday in Englewood Center, 1140 West 79th Street, Garfield Center, 10 South Kedzie Avenue, King Center, 4314 South Cottage Grove. The North Area Center is at 845 West Wilson Avenue. South Chicago Center is at 8650 South Commercial Avenue. Trina Davia Center, 4312 West North Avenue. Cloth face coverings are required inside all cooling centers. Masks will be available on site if someone needs one. Senior centers, libraries, and park district facilities will also be available as cooling centers during their normal operating hours. Watch the Office of Emergency Management and Communication Heat Press Conference online. Again, show notes provide links. People should limit their time outdoors and should never leave children or pets in unattended cars, according to the weather agency. I think that this is kind of restating the obvious, but I'm just going down the list as it's been shared from Block Club Chicago. People should also look out for signs of heat stroke and heat exhaustion. If someone is overcome, people should call 911 and move the sick person into a cool, shaded place, according to the city and National Weather Service. Heat stroke symptoms include body temperature of 103 degrees or higher, hot, red, dry, or damp skin, fast, strong pulse, headache, dizziness, nausea, confusion, passing out, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Heat exhaustion symptoms are heavy sweating, cold, pale, and clammy skin, fast, weak pulse, nausea, or vomiting, muscle cramps, tiredness or weakness, dizziness, headache, passing out, according to the CDC. Now, here's how you're all going to stay safe. Drink fluids, including water. Avoid alcohol, caffeine, and soda, according to the city. Stay inside in an air-conditioned room if possible. Wear lightweight and loose-fitting clothing if possible. Do not leave children or pets in unattended cars, even for a few minutes. If you don't have air conditioning, hey, I've got something to add here. If you don't have air conditioning, but you've got electricity, open your refrigerator. Open your refrigerator or freezer door and maybe sit in front of it. Here are some of their suggestions. Keep your shades drawn and blinds closed, but windows slightly open, according to the city. Keep electric lights off or turned down. Minimize your use of the oven and stove. Take cool baths and showers. At least you're going to have cold water running in your refrigerator that you can sit in front of with the open door if you don't have an air conditioner. Lastly, if you have to go outside, reschedule strenuous outdoor activities for the early morning or evening. Stay out of the sun. Drink fluids, especially water. Rest frequently in shaded or air-conditioned environments. Know the symptoms of heat stroke and heat exhaustion, which we just covered. Anyone overcome should be moved to a cool, shaded location, and people should call 911 for them, according to the weather agency and the city. Most importantly, check on others. Check on your relatives. Check on friends and neighbors over the next few days. The city emphasizes checking especially on older people and especially people with disabilities who might not have the mobility to get out of wherever they're living. If you can't contact someone, you can request the city do a well-being check on them by calling 311 or submitting a request online through CHI 311 app. Lastly, actually I said lastly, but even most importantly, to the most vulnerable amongst us, our pets. Do not leave pets in unattended cars. I think people should know this, even for a few minutes. Provide your dog with cool water, shade, and monitor them when they're outside, according to Cook County Animal and Rabies Control. Short-coated animals and those with white or tan fur can get sunburn, especially on their noses, according to the agency, which is something I did not know. Walk your dog on grass, dirt, or gravel, and avoid asphalt or concrete if possible. Keep your indoor temperature cool and make sure your pet has water at all times. Make sure your windows have screens installed. And if you're going to open them in pets, the signs of heat stroke include fatigue, excessive panting, disorientation, lethargy, discomfort, seizures, and collapse, according to the animal agency. Get help from a veterinarian immediately. If your pet has these symptoms, they provide us unconditional love. Always give them the same extra care back.
Yeah. So right now, outside my window, there is a huge thunderstorm happening. And this is one of the consequences of these major heat waves. And we're going to get one again tomorrow. So drink water, keep your windows open, try and be safe. But it's going to get really rough here in the city these next couple of days. So everyone, it's extreme weather. And I think we should quote E. Heller right now. Again, it's extreme weather right now. And if we're not safe, people are going to get hurt. And so, and again, also reports are coming out saying that we're getting 50-plus mile per hour wind. Yeah, it's pretty tough out there. So just be safe, because what are we due for tomorrow? Another hot day, but another thunderstorm in the evening.
Kit, do you remember Batman Begins?
Yes, I do.
There's a storm coming.
Yeah, Yep, there is. And then, of course, the same thing. The line was repeated again, the other two movies as well. Chicago. I swear to God, if we start getting like Joker and Batman villains, I'm going to be very upset.
I don't think we will, but Chicago is definitely Gotham. And between the weather, the extreme temperatures, and what we've seen on the streets with the shooting this week, the storm has arrived. And all I can say is that we've just got to be vigilant. We got to be careful. We got to have respect and care for each other. Respect and care for our law enforcement. Law enforcement, that goes both ways. I don't know what else to add to our broadcast tonight before I'm worried about the power going out from all of the lightning that I see and thunder that I hear outside. Oh, that was a big one. Kit,
I heard that.